Hello everybody, and welcome to Sack Time. Today on Sack Time, we're going to be playing one of the most critically acclaimed platformers of all time, Super Mario Bros. 3. Showcased in the movie The Wizard, renowned by the world over. It's a phenomenal game. Let's get into it and see exactly what makes this game so good. Go ahead and start the game by pressing the start button. You can choose between 1 and 2 players. The game does have a 2-player alternating mode as well as slight mini games where you can fight each other for access to cards, which we're going to explain here in just a second. So let's start off. This is the first Super Mario Bros. Game that had sort of like a world map, and while it wasn't really elaborate, you couldn't return any worlds you'd beaten or return any levels you'd beaten. You still sort of got a choice to go through levels. So let's go ahead and see what the scoop is. One of the reasons I love this game so much is because it has a really clearly defined style of graphics. We have like these boards pegged against the wall or screwed into the wall. You've got like a fun wood texture on the bottom there. The bushes, well, we're gonna get some bushes over here, have this kind of interesting, like almost cloth-like pattern to them. And you can see here Mario just got like a raccoon suit. Those are the raccoon ears, really, in the tail, allowing one to fly. There's fun little shapes here in the clouds that are stars, mushrooms, fire flowers occasionally, collect coins. So it's standard Mario fare with just a bunch of extra stuff added in. One-up mushrooms, the ability to fly and sort of like glide around. Let's go down here though and sort of check out the world below. So Super Mario Bros. 3, I don't know. There's too much good to say about it. You can grab Koopa Troopas now at this point and twirl them around, throw them into things, find secrets like the P blocks, which would turn blocks into coins, and vice versa. We're also gonna go up here real quick, just because. Let me go to a little secret right down here. The big 3. Let's grab some coins and we'll be on our way. Sweet little remix of the classic underground Mario theme in here. It's kind of a fun, like, underlying drum backbeat. And as people have pointed out in recent years, they discovered that you were exiting stage right at this point to sort of go behind the scenes and finish up the level. Right here you see a cycling bit of item, which if you collect 3 in a row, you get 2 up, 3 up, or 5 up, I believe, if it's mushroom, flower, or star, respectively. If you just grab all 3, I think it's a simple 1 up, so every 3 levels you should ideally get one. There's a little bit of a trick here. One of my favorite parts about classic games is the fact that they had tricks, certain things you could do. If you're running at full P speed, indicated down at the bottom, and you jump at a full 45-degree angle, you will get a star every single time. Well, okay, let's keep going and go to World 2. As you can definitely see from like the difference between Mario 1 and 3, if we're going Mario games proper, is that visually, aside from like the standard graphics overhaul, the backgrounds are completely varied from level to level. Now these hills have little eyeballs in them. We have like a big grassy hill that we're exploring. It's just got a really nice flow to it. Oh, you can also get on a hill, hold down, and boom, hang out with your buddies. So, do it backwards? Yes. That's nice, that's nice. We've also got these fun little note blocks, and the whole game just sort of reeks of fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. It will just, how do you describe it? It's Mario. It's entertaining, it's colorful, it's bright, it's just got stuff to do, it has stuff to make you smile. Another fun thing is when you get a star and you are jumping. See, Mario does all kinds of wicked flips. And there's a Paragoomba, and he drops little idiot Goombas on us, which they limit our jumping because they're jerks. Okay, you go shake this guy off and finish the level. Kill this gentleman. Boom, boom, double time, and let's go. Ah, okay. There we go. Another star. Course clear. You got a card. And as of course most of you know, there's a crazy amount of secrets. There's no warp zone standard per se, but there are warp whistles, which allow you to warp throughout the game, and there's various warping tricks we could do. So first, do this fun little number right here, and let the Koopa Troopa go hang out with his buddies. There's a theme going on about friendship. Hammer Brother, actually there's a Boomerang Brother, he just attacked me. But one of the most fun tricks of classic Mario lore is holding down on these white blocks for about 5 seconds, so you can fall through the stage and go extra behind the scenes. Go back behind here, and boom, secret room with a warp whistle. Okay, 1 toot on this whistle will send you to a faraway land. Alright. Additionally, we now have item storage down at the bottom. We're going to go to this Toad House over here and see that you can now hold a multitude of various items. I'm trying to sell this game as if you've never played it before, which would be incredibly impressive if that were the case. But if you haven't, hey, no better time to start. There's also little like fun games on the map. We can do this. What? This is going to be awful. Little tiny gross Mario and a huge gigantic hypercephalic Toad hanging out over there. And you just try to match up. I never try that hard. I just hit A button until... Oh. Yep. Big fangs. Now we're going to go to World 4. We're actually going to do all of World 1, just because we can. So here's an auto-scrolling stage with those beautiful shiny bricks. Look at that. They just glisten. These platforms fall when you jump on them. Swirly-looking clouds. And so you've already seen within one single world, there's a ton of variety in terms of design and layout. So with 8 worlds to choose from, all with their own sort of underlying themes, we have plenty of variety. There's still the 10 coin blocks. I think there's a 1-up, or no, there's a 1-up mushroom coming up here somewhere. Right there. Yeah. Okay. And when you get hit, you don't revert back to Small Mario. You just go to regular Super Mario, as he is called in mini circles. And I believe this is one of the levels where if you beat it with a certain amount of coins, it unlocks a gold coin ship, which you get to go on as a bonus and get a bunch of other stuff, which is, well, really coins and ultimately 1-ups. So I don't know if I got it or not. I can't remember the conditions. But whatever the case, you know. Now we're going to see if we can do a good running start. Nope. Okay. Not good enough run. So let's get our standard 1-up. That's fine. That's fine. That's life. Life is good for you. Okay. Now, for the Fortress world, levels have a fortress which unlocks a gate. And I'll show you what I mean after we do this. Floating balls, Bowser's Nards, maybe? No one really knows. Okay, so we're going to do the other trick here, which is, if you've seen The Wizard, and there you go. And if you haven't seen The Wizard, you probably know about this as well too, but secret room, warp whistle, 2 of 3. Okay, cool. So now, I think you actually have to beat the fortress right there, and there's a little lock right above me. It's kind of useless, unless if you get a game over, you can restart the level, but if you've beaten the fortress, you can skip by going straight down and forego the first several levels. But we're not going to do that, because we are Min, we are Devo. We are not Min. Some of us are Min. There are certain types of Min. There's Devo Min. Okay, so these right here act as spring blocks where if you jump on them at the right time, boom. These ones shoot you, the glowing ones, shoot you super high. And now we're in the clouds, hang out, get some delicious cookies, or coins, whatever you think they are. Find some secrets floating around here. Yeah. And I think there's actually another 1-up mushroom. Okay. Yeah. Get the yummies, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're on a roll in this weird snowy wonderland with like some sort of astral plane background when we're down inside it. Maybe it's just like the glistening of the snow on individual crystals. Who will ever tell me that I'm wrong? Nobody. So, with that, we're going to beat this level. Delicious. See? Everything is so good. Everything, if you equate everything to the experience of eating delicious food, you're infinitely satisfied. So let's go beat World 1-6. And this is another case that people, I think, held on to for the idea of this game being a stage, a play, is that there are certain platforms that are being held up and suspended in midair by wires, just like that. Look at that. So, it's a fun theory, and it makes a lot of sense. The beginning is a curtain, the curtaining of Mario, a curtain that you open up, and characters come in from the side. We beat the level, and then ultimately when you beat the game, it sort of plays out a little bit like that as well too. So it's a great theory, and one we'll just sort of stick to because it makes the most sense. Now we get to fight a Hammer Brother, who is just a dude that hangs around the world map, and every time you beat a level, he shifts around. Sometimes he stays in the same spot, sometimes he moves off to the side, and he chills up here on his stairs, and then we kill him because we can, and there's usually a secret. Yes, Fire Flower. Okay. So we'll gather another item from our item box, and when we get back to the world map, anytime you press B, boom, the bottom opens, and you get to see what's going on with various items. You can use them anytime, and you can accumulate them. You can have up to 4 pages of items. There's a variety of things. There's frog suits, there's full-on Tanuki suits where you can turn into a statue, there's the Hammer Brother suit, stars, mushrooms, fire flowers, the leaf, and then of course our delicious warp whistles. So, at the end of each level there is also I was going to say a dog, but there's not. There's a king who's been turned into something, a Cobrat or another Mario enemy of sorts. Here we have a dog, and we have to go onto one of Bowser's kids' airships. They're not really his kids, I'm sorry. That got retconned, I guess, and they're just his constituents. I'm not really sure what the actual status of the Koopa Kids is. Just a private gang that he hired. Who knows? Who knows what the actual scoop is at this point? But whatever the case, they have airships. Some are long and hard. Yes, yes. And then some are just, like this is of course kind of early on, so there's not much to it. Little short, doesn't do much for us. But there's balls everywhere, so it's made up for. Now, we're going to fight a Koopa Kid in his lair. And I think you shoot a bunch of fireballs at him, or you jump on them 3 times. But we're going to try to jump on them 3 times. Maybe you can do a combination of fireballs. Well, he's dead. Whatever the case, cool. Then we get our magic wand, and we've saved the day. Now the game doesn't get radically harder unless you want to do every level, but even then it's not super terrible. A lot of it comes down to memorization, some reflexes. I mean, this game has been out for 25-ish years, 24 years. So a lot of people are pretty accustomed to the design, the layout, all of that good stuff. And whatever the case, this is such a great game to go back and play anytime, no matter what. It's pertinent for joy. Princess Toadstool here now will give us a P-Wing. And as a kid, these were the most wonderful reward you could possibly get. We're going to go ahead and use it just so I can show you what's going on with it. P-Wing allows you to walk into a level and see that P down at the bottom? It is eternally going until I beat the level. So you can only use it for one stage, but for this whole stage, I can fly to my heart's content. One thing I really dug about this game was that the levels were these gigantic, large rectangles. And even if there was nothing up here, you still had the freedom to go fly around and explore the clouds and do these kinds of things. And newer Super Mario Bros. Games don't really accommodate to that quite as much. And so it's... You just can't get in there. Foolish Mario, you fool. And so this is why the design of this game fascinates me so much, is because it really just... It's very open. It's, kind of like Mario World. If you really wanted to just go fly around to the level, you could. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing is stopping you. The world is your oyster. Okay, so beat this level. Show you how the warp whistles work. I think there's a couple other items in the game as well too. We're not going to get a chance to see. Jugum's Cloud, which is the Japanese name for Lakitu, and he will allow you to skip over any level once. If you die, you have to go back. But it gives you the opportunity at the very least. Or there's the music box, which puts Hammer Brothers to sleep. Music box, rather. Puts the Hammer Brothers to sleep so you can pass over them without issue. There's Fire Brothers, there's Boomerang Brothers that you saw, the normal Hammer Brothers, there's Sumo Brothers. And upon fulfilling certain conditions, you also unlock these little N-Spade card games. And we come over here, and we get to try moving... Oh no, that's not it. Watch this, watch this. Okay, there we go. I used to have a lot of these things memorized because there's like 7 different patterns, and depending on which ones you started with, you could actually figure out fairly reasonably what the card was going to be. So, anyway, use a warp whistle as well. And if you are in World 2, you can warp to any level in 5, 6, or 7. If you're in World 1, you can warp to any level in 2, 3, or 4. And if you're on the warp screen itself and you warp again, you'll warp straight to World 8. Another nice little secret. So we've got an ice level, we've got the sky level, we've got the piranha plant world. We'll check out World 5 real quick, and then we'll say goodnight to everybody. Because you really should get the chance to go through and play this of your own volition. There's a chain chomp, beautiful little creatures. You let them sit for long enough and they'll eventually break free and start running around. But we're not going to do that because that takes some time. There's these little buttholes, which I think if you jump over them, they actually will leap past you. See, they're trying to bite me. Now, kill them, and everybody is safe. Mario has saved the Mushroom Kingdom once again. I'm too enthralled playing this right now to even want to talk to you guys, because look what I'm doing. I'm playing Super Mario Bros. 3. What could be better? Besides this awful Goomba who just stole my world. Okay. Anyway, there you have it, guys. Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Wii U Virtual Console also came out on the 3DS today. $5 or the $1 upgrade. Worth every penny. This is a game that I've been playing, for 24 years of my life, and I continue to play it often. You may not be able to tell that I'm okay at it, but I'm fine, I promise. Maybe. Whatever the case, the gamepad, the 3DS, however you can get this game, it's totally worth it. It's really fun to play. It's fun to sit down with your friends and do 2-player modes and try to compete with each other. If there's one Virtual Console game that's out right now that I would recommend buying, it's this. There's nothing to convince me to convince you that it's not worth your time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, as it's been another episode of Sack Time, and we'll see you next time. Until then.